Hello, in this video, I want to go through all the cards that I would include if I was going to build a Rat King Verminister commander deck. Now, this is going to be a Rat Colony commander deck. Your deck can have any number of copies of Rat Colony, different than just the one you would normally be able to play in Commander. So being able to have a ton of the same named rat is going to be great with our Rat King. It's a legendary creature rat avatar for only 2 mana. It's a 1/1 with Disappear. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn, create a 1/1 black rat creature token and put a +1/+1 counter on Rat King. Tap, sacrifice 3 rats, return target creature card and all other cards with the same name as that card from your graveyard to the battlefield taps. Because we have so many of the same number of rat colonies, I think the number for this deck should be around 25. Sacrificing 3 rats, whether they're tokens or the rat colonies, to return rat colony and all the other rat colonies back is fantastic. We want sacrifice outlets for our rats. We want to be able to sacrifice them, have them in our graveyard, get them back, and generate value that way. And Altar of Dimension is one way to do that. You could sacrifice a creature. Target player puts target player puts a number of cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power from the top of their library into their graveyard. That can be you to fill up your own graveyard to reanimate as many rat colonies back, or that can be your opponents to slowly mill them out. Arcane Signet is great. You're playing one color, you got a ramp in your non-green deck. Ashcoat of the Shadow Swarm, or Splinter of the Shadows, is 4 mana for a 3/4 legendary creature Rat Warlock. Whenever Splinter attacks or blocks, other rats you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of rats you control. At the beginning of your end step, you may mill 4 cards. If you do, return up to 2 rat creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. You're going to be playing plenty of rats. At least a quarter of your deck, if you're just playing the 25 rat colonies that I'm starting with, are going to be rats, and every time Splinter attacks and makes all of your rat colonies, you have 4 of them in play, they go from, let's say, 2 1s to 6 5s, which is great, and you're only going to get more from that. Ayara, First of Twain, is black for a 2/3. Whenever it or another black creature enters under your control, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life, and you can sacrifice another black creature, it can be a token, to draw a card. So you can turn those 1/1 black rat creature tokens that you get with Rat King's Disappear ability into card draw. And because rats are entering and leaving and sacrificing and returning from the graveyard, every single time a black creature enters, all of your rats are black, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. Lots of good value on Ayara. Bloodline Bidding is 8 mana for a sorcery with Convoke. Your creatures can help cast the spell. Each creature you tap while casting the spell pays for 1 or 1 mana of that creature's color. Choose a creature type, return all creature cards of the chosen type from your graveyard to the battlefield. You're going to choose rat and get all of your rats back. This isn't a cost that makes you sacrifice your rats. You just tap them to get Convoke, but returning all of your rats for a really nice, powerful attack is going to be good. Bontu's Monument. Black creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Now your rat colonies cost 1 black. Now your commander costs 1 black. Whenever you cast a creature spell, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. Just trying to ping down your opponents and get them down on life. Chronicle of Victory is 6 mana for a legendary artifact from Lorwyn Eclipsed. As it enters, you choose a creature type. You're going to choose rat. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +2/+2, have first strike and trample. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, draw a card. If I go back to our rat colonies, these are 2/1s. They get +1/+0 for each other rat you control. So let's say you own 4 of the rats, and these are now +4/+0 to a 2/1 is a 6/1. With Chronicle of Victory, they go from 6/1 to 8/3, first strike and trample. That's a lot of damage. First strike basically guarantees that anything that blocks them is going to die, and trample means you're not going to waste mana to damage to trump blockers. And every single time you cast a spell of the chosen type, you draw a card. Your rat colonies, a quarter of your deck, only cost 2 mana. You're going to be able to pump those things out, draw another card, play another one, pump another one out. It's just going to be good. Corrupted Conviction is 1 black for an instant. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sack a creature, draw 2. We have no problem putting our rats into our graveyard. You can do this to one of your tokens. You can chump block and then sacrifice it. Your commander's getting hit with a removal spell. Swords to Plowshares. You probably want the land off of that, but Paths to Exile, Swords to Plowshares. My point is, if someone goes to destroy your commander, you can just use Corrupted Conviction to sacrifice it and draw 2 cards, which gives you value and wastes their removal spell. Cover of Darkness is just 2 mana. It comes into play, choose rats, and your rats have fear. So they can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and or black creatures. So we're going to have 5 power, 6 power, 7 power rats very easily that now can't be blocked by most things. Cryptcast. The majority of the lands in this deck, you're playing a 1-color deck, are just going to be swamps, and this makes them all tap traditional black, meaning you can just tap one of your swamps to be able to cast a rat colony. Dark Ritual helps you get out multiple things. Just even on turn 2, you can play your commander and play a rat. Very good. Deadly Dispute. Sacrifice an artifact or creature to draw 2, make a treasure. That treasure is a permanent that can leave the battlefield for the disappeared trigger. Sacrificing is something just leaving for the trigger, just gives you a lot of value. Deadly Rollick is just an exiled target creature, and if you have a commander, it's free. Echoing Return returns target creature card and all other cards of the same name as that card from your graveyard to your hand. Again, a quarter plus of your deck are going to be rat colonies. Putting them all back into your hand is going to be fantastic. Feed the Swarm, 2 mana, destroy a creature, enchantment, and opponent controls. You lose life equal to that permanent's mana value. Gotta play your removal. Grave Pact, 1 black, black, black. Whenever a creature you control dies, each other player sacrifices a creature. You're going to be sacrificing 3 rats to activate Rat King's ability, and it doesn't say a non-token creature. So just activating our commander makes each player sacrifice a creature. So just sacrificing 3 rats can get like 9 creatures out of play, which is great. Herald's Horde. Enters, choose rats. Rats cost 1 less, and at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card of a chosen type, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. Now our rat colonies cost literally 1 black, which is great for just chaining all of them out. Jet Medallion, all of your black spells cost 1 less, chaining out all of your rat colonies. Carumonix, I believe is how you say it. The Rat King is 1 black, black for a 3/3 with Toxic 1. It gives your other rats Toxic 1, so it deals damage. It deals combat damage to players. They also get a poison counter. This is great with our effects that give our rats trample. Whenever it enters, you may look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of rat cards from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom. This can enter and draw you at least 1 card, if not more, and it's a must-kill threat, taking a little bit of fear away from your commander. Like if they have a removal spell, they're going to have to remove this instead of your commander, in my opinion. Pretty good card. Kindred Dominance, choose a creature type and destroy all non-rats, essentially. 7 mana, destroy all non-rats. 7 mana is going to be hard to get to in your mono black deck, but I do think it's possible. Lightning Greaves, each creature has haste and shroud, and you can equip for just 0, making it so your commander can't be targeted by anything, but also has haste to activate its tap ability immediately. Lord Skitter's Butcher is 3 mana for a 2/3. It enters, you either make a 1/1 rat, sacrifice another creature, scry 2 and draw a card, or creatures you control gain menace until end of turn. Giving all of your rat colonies that are 5/1s, 6/1s menace is good for 2 reasons. A, harder to block, more chance of dealing damage. But also, if you have 6/1s with menace, they can put 2 3/3s in the way, and it still kills. You trade off and kill both of their 3/3s. Lord Skitter Sewer Keen is 2 and a black for a 3/3. Whenever another rat enters under your control, exile up to 1 target creature. Sorry, 1 target card. I thought it was a creature card, but it's just a card in general from an opponent's graveyard. At the beginning of combat on your turn, pay a 1/1 black rat creature token with this creature can't block. Good sacrifice photo. This card's even better. I thought this just exiled creature cards from opponents' graveyards. This can just exile any card from an opponent's graveyard. So that's creatures they might want to reanimate, which is where I thought this was going to be good against. But flashback, harmonize, all those kinds of things that are cast from the graveyard could be returned from the graveyard. Maybe you're playing against a Muldrotha deck. Just exiling those things for value is great. Maro Non-Nar is 5 mana for a 2/3. It gives all of your rats fear, so they can't be blocked by artifact or black creatures. And you can sacrifice a rat to put X 1/1 black rat creature tokens into play, where X is the number of rats you control. This is pseudo doubling the number of rats you have every turn, which is great. Ogre Slum Lord, 5 mana. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, make a rat, and it gives you rat's death touch. Now they're great blockers. And because the Rat King, our commander's ability, taps and sacrifices 3 rats and puts them into play tapped, you're going to want to do this at the end of an opponent's turn anyway. So giving all of your rats death touch makes them harder to attack you, and then even if you do set up blockers, you can kill them, or just chump block and sacrifice the 3 rats that you chump blocked with and get all the other ones back. Pack rats, power and toughness are equal to the number of rats you control. For 3 mana, you discard a card, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of Pack Rat. This card can just keep getting bigger and bigger. Wanting to draw more cards for Action Arena. Not the best card, but it's going to work here. For 3 mana, it's an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may draw a card and lose a life. Just helps you get some card advantage over the course of the game. Piper of the Swarm is 2 mana for a 1/3. It gives all of your rats menace. You can pay 2 to tap it to make a 1/1 rat. And you can pay 4, sacrifice 3 rats to gain control of target creature. Sacrificing rats is not going to be a problem. We, in fact, want our permanents to leave the battlefield. And gaining control of commanders is great. I mean, they're going to have to waste a removal spell to destroy their own commander instead of destroying your stuff to get their commander back into the command zone so that they can replay it. That's going to generate a ton of value for you and slow your opponents down. Rat King Pale Piper. 4 mana for a 3/3 with menace. Whenever Rat King or another non-token creature you control leaves the battlefield, make a 1/1 rat. You can pay 2 to sack a token to draw a card. Both of these Rat Kings work great together, but being able to sacrifice the 1/1 black rat is great to draw cards off of. Rat Catcher is a fear 4/4. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may search your library for a rat card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. It essentially lets you draw an extra card that's guaranteed to always be a rat. This will go good with changelings. I don't think I have any changelings in my list. I don't know if there are any value black changelings. If you're in green, I'd want to go get the one that destroys an artifact or enchantment, but you can go ahead and play those cards. Revenge of the Rats is 4 mana. Create a tapped 1/1 black rat creature token for each creature card in your graveyard. You can flash it back for the same 4. This can probably get you 4 or 5 rats every time, which is great. Skull Clamp is a way to turn those 1/1 black rat creature tokens from Rat King into value, but also it counts as a permanent leaving the battlefield. And then being able to draw 2 cards off your rat is also good. And you can also do it to any of your pack rats. No, not pack rats. It's rat colonies. Those also just have 1 toughness. You can kill them away to draw 2 cards. Soul Ring, it's a good card. Species Specialist is 4 mana for a 2/3. You choose rat, and whenever a creature of the chosen type, which is rat, dies, you draw a card. Great to prevent, you sacrifice your 3 rats, you get to draw 3 cards, and you get to draw the rats back. But also, it's good against board wipes, fills up your hand. Also good with our sacrifice abilities and our Skull Clamp. Swarm Yard Massacre is 5 mana. Create 2 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens. Then each creature that isn't an insect, rat, spider, or squirrel gets -1/-1 until end of turn for each creature you control as an insect, rat, spider, or squirrel. For each creature controlled, that's an insect, rat, spider, or squirrel. So this is at least make 2 squirrels, give everything -2/-2 on your opponent's side. But you're going to have many other rats in play, and it's squirrels and rats that would count on your board. So let's say you have 3 rats and you make these 2 squirrels, all of your opponent's stuff gets -5/-5. That's going to take care of a lot of their board for only 5 mana without impacting yours. And in fact, it only gives you more things to sacrifice. Now, they're not rats, but there are more things to sacrifice to your Phyrexian ability, Phyrexian Altar, which isn't in this list, but I definitely is a card on one that I want to add. Altar of Dementia or Skull Clamp. Thrumming Stone is 5 mana for a legendary artifact. Spells you cast have ripple 4. Whenever you cast a spell, you may reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may cast spells with the same name as that spell from when the cards revealed, but the rest of the bottom. So what you can do is you can play a colony rat, look at the top 4. As long as you hit another one, you can put it into play. Counts as casting, you do it again. You can just get a ton of rat colonies out of your deck. Valley Rop Caller is 2 mana for a 1/3 with menace. Whenever it attacks, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is the number of squirrels, bats, lizards, and rats you control. Again, this is a squirrel, but it's a rat kindred card. So every single time this attacks and it has menace, you can probably get 3, 4, 5 damage into each opponent. That's a lot, and you're going to gain some life too. Village Rites is another way to sacrifice our rats to draw cards or do it in response to removal spells. Withering Torment, this way to strike creatures or enchantments. Got to have removal in our deck. Bajuka Bog, we're playing 25 plus swamps. So playing a tapling that exiles a different player's graveyard is going to be good. Cabal Coffers, we're playing a ton of swamps. Cabal Stronghold, we're playing a bunch of swamps. This card really starts once you have, let's see. So if you have 3 swamps, it breaks even. 4 swamps, you're generating more value than you have. For this one, for each basic swamp you control, if you have 3 swamps, you tap to pay this, doesn't work. 4. So once you have 4 swamps, it's breaking even because you can tap 3 of your swamps and tap this for a mana. That would be like breaking even. Once you hit 5 basic swamps, you're generating more mana than normal. Nixos, Shrine of Nyx. 2 tap, choose a color, add an amount of mana equal to your devotion to that color. So if you have, 5 black pips in play, Rat King is one of those pips. You can take 2, tap this, and you generate mana. The break even for this would be once you have 3 black pips in play, which is 3 rat colonies, not going to be too hard to accomplish. Phyrexian Arena also builds towards this. Ayara also builds towards this. It's good. Phyrexian Tower, you can sacrifice a creature to add black, and it just always taps for colorless and always comes into play on tap. Tons of value there. Storm Yard can regenerate target insect, rat, spider, or squirrel. Just our commander even is good to regenerate. 3 Tree City. 2 tap, choose a color, add an amount of mana equal to the creatures of the chosen type, and you kind of choose rat when it comes into play. Again, the break even for this is that you need to have at least 3 rats in play to activate that ability. Once you have 4 rats, you're now generating more mana. And then Orborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth can turn all of your lands into swamps. So this can tap for black, 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 and this, it counts towards your number of swamps. This one doesn't, but still good. Those are all the cards that I would include if I was going to build a Rat King Verminister commander deck. Please let me know your thoughts on this deck list in the description. If you're planning on building this commander, please let me know what cards I missed in the comment section. If you want to find my deck list for this, it's on Moxfield. It's in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to continue to make more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle commanders. If there's a specific commander you'd like to see, my YouTube members get a say in picking the videos I make. Please join the membership program down below. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and may your top decks be ever in your favor. Thank you.